Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to 100% block. Alright, ready, countdown from 5. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so right off the bat, we're gonna start off with the new game glitch here, where I start a file on, or start a new game on a used file, and restart the game when during the opening cutscene. And this is going to, and then I continue game on the same file, and this is going to start a new game on the file, but with some irregularities. There's quite a bit that goes on, but we only care about a few things. One is it skips the opening cutscene, and 2 is it sets our life counter to 0, which we will use for game over abuse at the end of the first level. So yeah, other than that, there's a few other things that the glitch does, but we don't really care about it. So anyways, for 100% here, we need to collect 100 fireflies and 8,000 gems. And it seems like a lot, obviously, because it's 100%. However, there is something else. We do need to, or because of the timing of this game, when time stops, we do need to talk to Moneybags after we defeat Ripto, just to collect, just to get back the gems that we got from him, and then we can talk to the Elder Dragon to trigger the credit sequence, and that way we'll have enough, and that way we'll actually have everything to, all the requirements to unlock like the final mini game that you get for actually getting 100% of this game. Alright, so at the beginning of this level, I did a little glide from the beginning straight to the end, and this saves me from having to go through the entire level once just to get the flame breath, and then going back through again to burn all the haystacks to collect a to collect a firefly. So it does save a decent amount of time. Now, at the end of this level, like I said, I'm going to do a game over abuse, and that it does save quite a bit of time. It does 2 things. One is it skips a portal cutscene, one of those portal transitions where it counts all the gems that you collected, and it also teleports us back to the beginning of the homeworld, which is right next to the second level that we're going to go to. So it's really nice to do. Saves a decent amount of time. Now, unfortunately, in this game, as opposed to like the original trilogy, whenever gems do not home in on you when you charge an enemy, so that's kind of annoying. So I do have to. So whenever I kill an enemy, whether I charge them or flame them, I do have to pause just a little bit to collect the gems. Right here, there's a haystack at the top of this hill here For some reason, you can burn it down just by burning or flaming the barrels at the bottom. I don't know how that works, but it does. And it probably saves, like, little to no time at all. Alright, so we collected all the gems, and I accidentally collected an extra life, but that's okay. I can just kill myself twice here for the game over. So we get a game over, and teleport straight here. Now, Shamrock Isle is kind of a difficult level for 100%, just because of one of the glitches that we have to do. So, there are 2 caves in this level that we're normally not supposed to access until after we beat the first boss, but that requires a lot of backtracking. So instead, we're going to use some damage boosting or damage abuse to get into the loading zone for these caves. And yeah, it can be a little difficult to do. Or, well, it's not difficult, but it does set our health pretty low. And if we get hit once accidentally, then we will have no sparks at all to collect gems for the last part of the level. I messed up the strat there for this minigame, so it just reset the positions. Alright. So this freeze tag minigame can be pretty trolly. The imps can move around randomly and fast and wildly, and it's just really annoying. However, luckily, their movement isn't actually random. It's based on Spyro's position and movement. So basically, if you do the exact same thing every time, so will they. So we can use those strats to capture, or to freeze all the imps fairly quickly. Not waste too much time on that minigame. Alright, so right here, I'm pausing because because these bowling ball enemies, whoops, okay, there we go. So I got the damage abuse. Now the pause was the bowling ball enemies, or to reset them, or at least hopefully reset one of them, because they can take a while in their bowling ball state to go back. Whoops, okay. So, yeah, they can take a while in their bowling ball state to, to stop and then start again. And I need them to be a bowling ball to damage abuse to get into that cave. Also, I did get hit a few times unintentionally, but luckily, there was a backup strat, so that does make this level a little bit less annoying for 100%, to where if you have no sparks, then you can get an extra life and instantly get full sparks again. Now I'm gonna grab this guy, and he's gonna push me into this cave here. And there we go. That way we can collect all the gems, and we don't have to backtrack anymore. Alright, so we're almost done with this level. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Alright, so I have missed one gem, unfortunately. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Alright, so I'm resetting the game after it saves. And this is to skip that little portal cutscene where it counts all the gems that you collect. It saves maybe like 2 seconds. Because these where it counts all the gems, it can take quite a while. At least in 100% where you have to collect all the gems. So this is the first Agent 9 level. There are 2 characters that you can, or 2 playable characters from Spyro 3 in this game. That's Agent 9 and Sheila Kangaroo. Alright, good, I got that. So there is a vase up there that holds a 25 gem. And we can collect it earlier than intended, just by breaking the vase with that very specific jump and shots, and then also getting the gem off camera so that it moves. For some reason, getting the gem off camera will move it slightly down so that we can actually pick it up with a double jump. Alright, so I'm just gonna death abuse here. But luckily, in Agent 9 levels, you don't actually lose lives when you lose health. Which is really nice, so we can use all the death abuses that we want, or death orbs that we want. However, I do have to be careful with ammo. Not extremely careful, but if I run out of ammo, then I can only have 1 bullet on screen at a time. And that can get pretty annoying. So when I run out of ammo and I'm trying to like kill enemies or break faces, I'll get really close to them so I can still at least rapid fire to kill them or break them quickly. And once again, we're gonna reset and then continue just to skip the counting of the gems. Now in this next level, it's gonna have the same glitch as in Shamrock Isle. There is one cave where, once again, we can only normally access it until after we beat the first boss. But we're gonna use the same glitch to damage abuse into the cave so that we don't have to do any backtracking. Okay, good, that bomb did fall in the water. Ooh, that was not good. But luckily that doesn't waste too much time. Okay, I guess I didn't get zapped by Zoe. So, because I didn't get the checkpoint, I do have to knock the bombs back into the water. Also, one annoying thing about this game is the keys and the key chests. So in this game, or in the past Spyro games like the original trilogy, if you get a key for the key chest and then you die, you still get to keep the key. That's not the case in this game. If you die, you lose the key, and you have to go back to its spawn position to pick it up again. So it's very important not to die once you pick up the key. Otherwise, you'll waste quite a bit of time. Alright, so just like before in Shamrock Isle, I'm gonna have this guy hit me, and then push me into this loading zone. So I can collect all of these gems and one firefly. And then you can kill this thief quickly, and I missed him, so I'm going to exit and re-enter. That was sad. But you can just kill that thief quickly, like that. It's fairly easy to do. So you'll notice that every time I pick up a firefly, there's a text box that shows up. And we can skip these text boxes by pressing pause right before we pick up the firefly, like this. And this allows us to skip the text boxes and by entering the pause menu as we pick up the firefly, and then immediately exit level. Now, I'm not skipping this gem counting sequence here, because every time you do that, you get reset to the beginning of the homeworld, and where I am currently, I'm too far away for it to save any time. So I only do that with levels that are fairly close to the beginning of the homeworld, where you would get reset to. Alright, so this level you have to get one firefly, you have to flame a bunch of 5 of these green tiki torches. And normally you're supposed to get to them by picking up the powered up ice breath so you can freeze the water to walk on it. But these 2 right here that I just flamed, they take a while, or doing that takes a while. So, but luckily we can just glide straight to them. Also, you'll notice fairly soon that this level is really laggy. It's pretty small and there's a lot of sprites in it. So I'm making sure to pick up, or to get zapped by Zoe there for the checkpoint, because dying at this point in this level would cost way too much time. I'm just trying to be safe. Also, thank you, Lucas, for good luck. Alright, so I did miss a gem, unfortunately. This is one of the levels where I very commonly miss gems. And it's right there. So luckily that missing that gem didn't waste a whole lot of time. Alright, so I'm paying moneybags here, but I'm not actually going to enter that level here yet. I'm just paying moneybags so that during the next gem counting sequence, there will be less gems to count. Just for whatever reason. Then I'm also going to open up this portal here, which leads to the first boss fight, but of course I'm not going to enter that quite yet, because I'm still not done with the first homeworld here. Alright, so now we've collected everything in the homeworld, so there's just 2 levels left. This Agent 9 level, and then a Sheila the Kangaroo level. So I do that jump there to break those 2 barrels. Saves a little bit of time, so that I don't have to break them but when I go up to them. Alright, so I'm gonna... Hello? Pick up some health here. So I think I may have bypassed a gem down here. Okay, I didn't. Never mind. Don't want to miss any gems in this level in particular. Alright, so I'm actually going to get damaged on purpose because I'm going to be doing a death abuse or a death warp really soon here. Right here. And then I'm going to be doing another one, so I want to intentionally take damage as well during this life. Of course, that's a little bit too much damage than I would like. Alright. So I get zapped by that fairy for the checkpoint. That's okay. So get zapped by that fairy for the checkpoint. Come down here to pick up that gem. Normally I would die or kill myself to one of these enemies, but because it's faster than just dying to the spikes or the thorns. But unfortunately, I died a little too early. Now we have one more level, and that is the first Sheila the Kangaroo level. At the beginning of every Sheila level, there's a total of 4 in all. At the beginning, there's a little text box from Sparks. He starts saying something about the level, but I don't really know what he says, because you can skip it. And I'm actually going to pick up some health here, even though I can do that in the level, but I just want to be safe. So yeah, you can skip the text boxes at the beginning of each of these levels just by pressing start as the full level comes into view. So as there's starting to be no more black on the screen, press start and it'll skip the text box. Also, I guess one thing that I did forget to mention is during the whole new game glitch that I did at the beginning of this run, and also doing that sets tutorials to be on. So I did have to set them to be off really quick. And that does save a very large amount of time. Oops. It does save a very large amount of time because there's a bunch of tutorials that just waste so much time all throughout the game. And a lot of them you cannot skip. Now there is an interesting glitch with Sheila the Kangaroo levels that Sheila can do, but it's only useful in one spot in one particular level. So I'll talk more about that later when we get there. But it just saves a lot of backtracking in the game. Or rather, in the level. Also doing another text skip there. Just to skip the text of Spark saying, hey, you collected all the gems. Like, in case you didn't realize, Sparks likes to talk a lot in this game. Which is one reason why we set tutorials to be off. Now, this is the first boss fight. Crush is probably the hardest boss. Especially to do casually. And he's the most annoying for speedrun. So hopefully, there is a strat where we can take him down quickly. Hopefully I get it. Okay. Good, we got it. So the reason why he's so annoying is because every time you, if you're playing it casually, you'll just get one hit at a time very slowly. And every time you hit him, he starts to move even faster and jump around a lot more. So each subsequent hit is a lot more difficult than the last. Alright, so this is just a long sequence of this homeworld. So I'm just coming over here to freeze that moon platform. But I'm not collecting anything else over there. Also, for some reason, they decided to put those rocks there when you can just jump right over them or through them. However you want to look at it. It's really weird. Like, we can break those rocks now that we've beaten Crush, so we don't have to do any more damage abusing to get into loading zones. But, like, those 3 rocks are just completely pointless since you can jump right through them, and breaking them does cause a little bit of lag. And skipping some more Sparks text by pausing at the beginning of the level. Now, in this level, introduces the most annoying enemy for Sheila levels. They're these Rhinox that have a metal spike helmet and throw grenades. So you have to stand right next to them to manipulate them to throw a grenade. So that when it lands right next to them, it'll hit them and it'll ruin, and it'll get rid of their spike helmet so that you can actually kill them. And movement in these levels can be a little bit difficult and tricky. Luckily, you can just jump to avoid, or to avoid getting hit by those grenades. And over here, there's 2 of them on the same square. I don't know why the game allows that to happen, but it does. And it can get really annoying because they make their noise a lot more often, and since it's 2 of them at once, it can get really annoying. And then in a later Sheila level, there's one of these enemies that can get stuck on a certain square, and it's almost impossible to move on without like dying, because in order to kill him, you'll get hit almost guaranteed to be at least twice, maybe 3 times. So if you're not at full health, you will die. Alright, so I'm just gonna talk to Moneybags here again, but I'm not gonna enter that level quite yet. It'll be I'll enter it after this next level. So I collected all of those gems. I could have collected some of them after I completed this level, but I wanted to collect all of them so that the gem collecting sequence, I guess, the next portal cutscene for the level after this won't have any gems to count. And that does save maybe about a second overall. I want to say. I haven't actually timed it because I'm just too lazy. Also in this level, I'm going to be doing a death warp at the end to save a little bit of time. And to do that, I have to be very careful picking up these gems because I don't want to get zapped by Zoe. Because when I death warp, I want to go to the beginning of the level and not to her. Alright, so I got Quick Thief there. That's really nice. Saves about maybe 5 seconds to get if you get Quick Thief there. Rather than having to chase him around the whole part of the level. Alright, so unfortunately I took damage and now I have no sparks, and in this level, or in this game, picking up gems is a lot more difficult without sparks than it is in other Spyro games, or a lot of other Spyro games. And there is absolutely no fodder in this game, or in this level. There is fodder in the game, just not in this level. So now we death warp back to the beginning to pick up the final Firefly of the level. Now we can head over to the third Sheila level, and this is where the one glitch in these levels takes place. So in this level, or in these Sheila levels, if you do a ground pound at the very edge of a platform that's above you, like see how I'm on lower ground than these platforms. If I do a ground pound at a very specific frame, so that I hit the very corner of those edges, so I hit the very edge of those ledges. It'll send Sheila forward a few squares. However, if on one of those squares, you literally can't go, or if on one of those squares you can't be in because, for whatever reason, in this case it's going to be an icicle, so you can't occupy the same square as an icicle in this level, or in these games. It'll send Sheila super far up and pretty much just out of bounds. And this will allow me to bypass an icicle to get a few gems to save some backtracking. And it can be very difficult to do, so hopefully I don't waste too much time on it. But it doesn't. But each failure of the trick doesn't waste a whole bunch of time, because you can reset very quickly. And the only reason I do it is to just get a 25 gem and a 10 gem, and to kill this enemy that I wouldn't normally be able to kill until later on. Alright, so here's the trick. There we go. Got it third try. And then to get down, you have to ground pound. Or jump and then ground pound. Wow, he hit me from while I was above him. What a jerk. This is probably my favorite trick in the whole game because it looks pretty cool. Now, during these cutscenes, for when you hit the generators and melt the ice on them, for whatever reason, ground pounding does that, you can pause right before you land on them and activate the generators. And then when you unpause, you can move during the cutscene. It does save some time for some of them, but not all of them. But this last generator coming up, it does save maybe 3 to 5 seconds, I want to say. So like this. So I can, because this is a very long cutscene. And I only move maybe 6 squares. Because there is a gem that I need to collect, and you can't collect gems while you're off screen. Ah, darn, I didn't pause time. So I do have to wait for the gem to get back on screen, or close enough on screen to pick it up before I can start moving again. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss any gems. So Candy Lane can be pretty annoying. The enemies in here are just really annoying. They can easily hit you, and it's just stupid. And then there's also a mini game that is fairly easy, but wastes a lot of time if you fail it. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick up that fodder, because I want fodder. I want sparks, so I can pick up gems a lot more easily. Alright, so this is the minigame here. So this guy, he wants to make a cake. And he can just make everything just appear out of nowhere. And I have to protect the cake from these Rhinox. And it takes about 1.5 minutes, I want to say, for the cake to be made. I haven't exactly timed it because I don't want to. But if I fail it, then I have to restart from the very beginning. This guy just takes forever to make the cake. But luckily, I shouldn't fail it more than once. Okay, so it probably only takes about 1 minute to 1 minute 15 seconds. But if I fail it, I shouldn't fail it more than once, because failing it the first time, the second time will be made easier. The Rhinox will only come from one side, or at least that's how I've always had it. It's really annoying not having sparks. Alright, so normally I wouldn't pick that Firefly up until a little later. But I really wanted sparks. Especially for this section, it can be really annoying. Come on, pick up that final gem. Okay. That actually went really well. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to restart. Then we'll head to Haunted Hills. So this is going to have a minigame skip, and due to the... and because I have to die for the minigame skip, that does affect the route of this level, because normally I would head to where the key is first, but because I have to die, and when you die you lose the key, I can't do that, obviously. And it'd just be too slow to pick up the key, then go to the key chest, and then continue on as normal. Also, the path I'm taking here is intentionally avoiding the checkpoint because I do not want to get zapped, because that does waste a little bit of time for the checkpoint. Or to get zapped, because I do want to die and get sent back to the beginning of the minigame, and not to where Zoe is. And these witches are really annoying. They move really fast, and it's hard to kill them. So for the minigame that's coming up real quick here, normally you're supposed to glide across a bunch of platforms and then glide all the way back. And doing all of that the intended way takes almost a minute. So, but luckily we can reach the end, or the final platform here. Okay, good. I got it first try. That's really good. So yeah, we can complete the minigame and then kill ourselves to teleport back to the beginning so that we don't have to glide all the way there and then all the way back. Now this skull right here is named Yorick, and we're supposed to take him back to the ghost at the beginning of the level. Now if we take too long, he will start talking, and he can actually give out some useful information. Most of the time. But of course, it does waste some time because we can't move while he's talking. And in the 100% route, it's almost guaranteed that he will say something at least once. So we can't really avoid that, at least not with this route. But if we see him talk a second time, that definitely means we're going way too slow. Yeah. Alright, and that's Haunted Hills. You can end it off with a text skip right there. And once again, I'm going to be resetting as soon as it says game saved. And there are 2 vases over here that I forgot to get before entering Candy Lane. I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time making sure I've gotten all the gems. Yeah, right. So this is the one and only Agent 9 level in this homeworld. And it's kind of annoying. It's not too bad. This is probably the one where I shoot the most enemies. So I'm using the most bullets. I have a reset before the game saves. I think I have a few times, but not recently, I've made sure just to wait a little bit so that I don't do that, because it is a reset no matter what, obviously. So I'm gonna pick up some ammo there. Run's actually been going really well. Haven't had any huge major mistakes. So pick up some more ammo there. And pick up some health here, so I do not want to die. Oh, yikes. Okay. That's gonna waste maybe about 20 seconds. Right, pick up some more ammo. And then health. And one more time, resetting. Just to skip the gem counting, because it does take quite a while. And resetting also sets me closer to the next level that I'm going to anyways. Alright, so this is one of the most annoying levels in the game. Definitely the most annoying level in this homeworld. At least for 100%. And it's for one reason and one reason only. This little bird thing here. His name is Andy, and we're supposed to escort him all the way home. Now, the fastest route that I've come up with involves doing this at the very beginning, so that can be quite dangerous, as if we stray too far away from him, then he'll get too scared because of all the monsters that are running around. And that will apply even if there's no monsters, or even if you go around killing all the monsters. Like that. So, I tried to be a little bit risky. But yeah, even if there are no monsters, he still gets scared if you stray too far away. And so I won't be as risky towards the end, because I don't want to waste so much time. But Andy is the single most annoying creature in this game, because of this escort mission. And these snowmen, they don't damage you unless you like physically touch them. I believe they can damage you, but they breathe cold. They have cold breath that'll freeze you if it hits you, and that can be really bad because you don't get unfrozen for a little while. And Andy still keeps on moving, so I have to be careful not to get hit by these guys. Now this is probably the toughest part to do well and fast. Okay, so I'm not gonna, hopefully, damn it, I was button mashing too much. I started to glide. So that guy's a jerk. But oh well. I'll just carry out the route like normal and then pick that up. At the end. Alright, so I was fast enough. I'm on a bit of a time limit there. If I am fast enough, I can freeze that, or flame that candle with the empowered flame breath. Otherwise, I'll have to backtrack a little bit. And you can only flame those candles with the powered up flame breath. The reason being is because Spark says they're too far away for your normal breath. But even if we jump and get close to them, we still can't flame them with our normal flame breath. We have to have the powered up fire breath. Also, this is hockey. It can't be Spyro 2 without a good game of hockey. Luckily, this is definitely not as annoying as the real Spyro 2 hockey. I failed there because there's no RNG involved at all. And just like real Spyro 2 hockey, there's 2 rounds. First round, you have to score 5 goals. Second round, you have to score 8 goals. And the goalie moves faster and faster with each goal you score. And once you get to the last goal, he will move really fast. And it can be difficult to score on him. But the trick here is just to lure him to one side and then quickly move to the other side. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. But, like, he will always move a set distance before changing directions. So if you quickly move to the other side while he's moving to one side, if you quickly move to the other side before he can change directions, it can be easy to score the goal. I failed that there. Alright, so this is the last goal. One more. Nope. I missed it there. There we go. So that wasn't that bad. Alright, so now I'm on another little bit of a time limit here. Hopefully I can get it. So we're gonna say goodbye to Andy now. For now. Alright. That one's not as tight as the first time limit, but it can still be a little bit difficult to make. Alright, so now we get to escort Andy home. And I did miss a gem, so... but I do think I know where it is. It's close to the end of the level. So yeah. Now we get to do this boring auto-scrolling section. Or pretty much an auto-scrolling section. Because unless I'm stupid, I shouldn't fail this, since I've cleared out all the enemies. Yeah, there's the final gems. Also, triggering like a text box at the beginning of like a cutscene like that just makes it so you can actually move during the cutscene. It doesn't do anything because the camera can't move with you. That's the second homeworld. I've not missed any gems in this homeworld so far. So I should have 40, I should be 40 gems off. And I am. There we go. Now we get to fight Crush. Or not Crush. I already beat Crush. Now we get to fight Gulp. And the way Gulp is, he's really easy, but we can speed it up even faster. So he fires missiles, and normally they have a set time before they fall down so we can pick them up and fire them back at him. However, we can manipulate the missiles to run into Gulp while they're still in the air, and this will make them fall down even faster. And I missed, so I'm a scrub. Yeah, we manipulate the missiles like this. And there we go. That's Crush. Or, man, I keep doing that. That's Gulp. Now we have one homeworld left. That's about 5 levels, and the boss, final boss. Alright, so there's a level right there, but we're not going to that quite yet. First, we're going to go to this level over here, called Dreamy Castle. This is probably, I want to say it's the laggiest, or at least tied for the laggiest level in the game. And there's really not much you can do about it. Also, the route for this level is pretty limited, because we have to follow that guy to 5 different places. And he takes a while to get from place 1 to place B before we can flame him. As you can see, there was a lot of lag there, and it ate a lot of my inputs. Like, I was spamming A to jump. I just couldn't jump. So yeah, these platforms are on a cycle. There's really not much you can do about it. Just, if you are a little bit slow, then you just have to wait out the cycle. Alright, so we get that guy. And because he takes quite a while to get from one place to the next, we can do like quite a bit of the level while just waiting for him. Whoops. And I somehow hit the Rhinoc that was on top of that platform from below it. I don't know how that works, but sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my time because from here on out, we just have to wait for him to land, and there's really not much that we can do while waiting. Okay, he landed. Now, during that whole sequence, we cannot enter any caves or any loading zones like this one. If we do, while he's moving, he will go back to the very last place that he stopped to. So, it's really bad and can waste a lot of time if you accidentally go into a cave like that. So here's a minigame similar to that of Haunted Hills. Couldn't remember the name. And we can just glide to the end from the beginning. That's just an oversight from the game developers. Also, you'll notice the music has stopped. That was intentional. It's just something that I like doing during runs. In this minigame, if you press start to enter the pause menu as you're about to complete the minigame, then for some reason the background music just disappears. So yeah, now we have nothing to listen to, but it's okay because the level's almost over anyways. Now I just have to wait for this platform. Yikes. That wasn't good. So, my bad. Now we have to wait for the platform again. But luckily, we have at least something to do, because since I died, I do have to pick up the key again. But luckily, that losing the key didn't waste any time. I had to wait for this platform anyways. So I'm gonna take it slow with this one. All that's left is collect these gems over here. And then pick up that firefly and get the tech skip. Alright. So now, the next level we're gonna head to is Moon Fondue, and it's probably my least favorite level in the game. It's a pretty cool like design and everything, but I just don't like it for speedrunning because it's the only place in the game that we actually use the electric, the third power-up breath, which is the electric breath. Actually, no, that's not right. That's not true. We do use the electric breath in the homeworld. But the electric breath can be really finicky, and it only lasts for a certain amount of time. Ooh, I was on the platform there somehow. I have no idea if this is world record pace. I don't have my splits open, and I don't know the timing of world record. Or at least, well actually this could very well be world record pace, or official world record pace, just due to the fact that world record, the official world record isn't mine. I have actually beaten it already, but just like at my any percent PB, I haven't actually timed it, or I didn't actually record it. But yeah, the official world record, the fastest time recorded, is an hour and 39 minutes on the dot. And this could very well beat it. But my PB is an hour 32 minutes, or 33 minutes, 22 seconds. Just with no video. Also, since we beat Gulp, we now have an extra level of Sparks. Which is red Sparks. So just like in Spyro 3, beating, I think, what was it, the second or the third Sparks level, you get another level of Sparks. Same thing here, except it's just a different color. It's not bright yellow or bright golden. It's red. I'm not sure of that, actually. I haven't been watching the marathon all the way through. I know Dust Steel got a New Beginning world record, but that's the only one that I can remember. I'm actually gonna pick up some health here. Ooh. Okay, that's okay, because I did get the checkpoint fairy. So I don't lose any progress, I just get sent back to her. Also, I forgot to electrify that disc there. Also, this guy can be really annoying. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, you got world record and all skill points. Nice. Alright, so this level's almost done. Unfortunately, there is a mini game in this level that is really just annoying. It's very similar, or it's pretty much exactly the same to that of, or to the one in Candy Lane, where I just have to, you know, protect something from Rhinox. But this one is actually a bit easier, and I've missed a gem because that should have been the last one. But yeah, this one. It's actually a bit easier because it's shorter. So I don't lose as much time if I fail it. Yeah, because the guy, yeah. The mouse is trying to bring in some stuff. Oh wow, that was really close. I almost failed that. That would have been very bad if I had failed it. Alright, so I did miss a gem in this level. So I do have to go back and get it wherever it may be. Oh, I know where it is. Alright. So there's just one more Spyro platforming level, and then one more Agent 9 and one more Sheila level. And yeah. Yeah, the highly competitive categories got world records. Exactly. So I'm gonna pick up some health here, because having health is never a bad thing. Alright, so this is Gypsy Road. Yeah, this has this exact same minigame as, what was it, Shamrock Isle, where it's freeze tag, with some imps. And this one, and the one in this level is a lot harder. Number one, it's timed. You don't have an infinite amount of time. And number two, there's actually more imps. Also, I did a pause right there to make the bowling ball guy vulnerable. And I'm gonna do it again right here. Once again, I hit that wizard while not being at the same X value, or same Z value, or height value, or whatever. This is really weird. But I guess this game doesn't calculate height values properly. Alright. So I'm actually doing this level backwards. just because, well, it's faster. It does save a little bit of backtracking with the key and key chest, and that's about it. So once again, pausing to make these guys vulnerable. And make sure I get that gem. I always forget that gem. Or I forget it a lot anyways. Alright, so freeze tag is coming up. It's in one of these caves. Not this one, but the next one. Ooh, and I don't have sparks. I might kill myself and reset my health value. Yeah, I think I will. Oh, yeah, this could easily be world record. Or fastest recorded time anyways. Alright, so here's freeze tag. So at the beginning, I hold charge, and this gets one of the imps stuck behind the crystal ball. And makes it a lot easier. And I can do that for both rounds too. Oh, crap. So I didn't do it this round. So I'm just gonna do this normally. Because it can take a while to actually reset. Yikes. Oh no, that's not good. Alright. There we go. So normally I would hold charge there to get an imp stuck behind the crystal ball. But I forgot to do that. And it also messed up the strat. Because the imps were in different positions. Now, an interesting thing about this game, well, I guess it's only a little bit interesting, not really interesting, but there is actually a difference between the NTSC and the PAL version of this game. The first one is, in PAL, you get to choose which language you want the game to be in, and this actually takes up a little bit of time during resets. It only wastes like about a second per every time you reset. However, but the NTSC version obviously doesn't have that. But the other major difference is the fact that in that freeze tag minigame that I just got done with, there is no crystal ball in the PAL version of that game, or of this game. There is no crystal ball in the middle of that arena, so you cannot get you cannot get an imp stuck there in the PAL version. Which makes the so because of those two differences, NTSC is definitely faster, and it's also a lot easier just because of that, or just because of that. And I'm actually checking. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the fireflies. Yeah, Season of Flame it's pretty fun. I like it. I mean, obviously I like it because I'm playing it. Well, I guess that's not an obvious reason that I like it. But yeah, it's enjoyable, to say the least. Alright, so there's only 2 more levels coming up here. And I'm actually gonna open the portal to Ripto right now. Just because I need to come up here to collect these gems and to electrocute that star platform. And it's just faster to do it since I'm already there. Ooh, I missed that platform. That's not good. So I might not make it. Yeah, these are the last few levels coming up. Awesome, I did not miss any gems. So there's 2 more levels to talk to Moneybags here for this last Sheila level. And then there's an Ancient 9 level and then the final boss. Unfortunately, these levels are actually kind of long. Yeah, I might actually be picking up Season of Ice soon, Wally. Even though I hate it with a passion compared to this game. Because the movement is so bad in Season of Ice. Like, it's not even funny how terrible the movement is in Season of Ice. Yeah, I could help with that. I mean, I know I started a little bit of 100% routing, but I think I'd like any percent a bit better just because I don't have to collect all the gems. And the biggest problem with collecting all the gems is just the final speed, or not really the final speedway, but the speedways are really annoying when you have to collect all the gems, because it's harder to do in just one. It's hard to do the speedways in one go while collecting all the gems. It's probably like hitbox or something for the stream buffers. Also, I don't have any sparks, so... Yeah, 100% is completely terrible. Pretty much only because of the speedways. Yeah. Okay, so this guy right here is the one that can get stuck. Luckily, he didn't, so I'm not losing any time to that. Because normally he can get stuck on the... Whoops. Normally he can get stuck on the lava lamp. Yeah, normally he can get stuck on the lava lamp, but he did not this level. But he did not this time around. Which is really nice. And that's a really long cutscene. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be world record. Because the final Agent 9 level actually does take a while. But this will definitely be very close. Now it's definitely not world record. Oh my god, I was not supposed to do that. Because I did not collect all the gems, I was supposed to backtrack. Well, now we get to do this again. Yeah, definitely not world record now. Luckily, I don't have to waste too much time going back. Because I'm already back to where I am, so that only wasted like maybe half a minute. Or so. Alright, so one more level, and then we'll have Agent 9. Or one more level, and then we'll have Rito. Last level is Agent 9. Volcano Vaults. Okay. Oh wow, could have actually made that. So at the beginning of this level, that guy will always come out and try to drop a grenade on your head. Normally, just turning back for like half a second will stop it, but sometimes you'll get the rare occurrence where you could have just gone all the way through without getting hit. Yeah, world record is already passed, so... So I'm gonna pick up some ammo here. This is the only thing of ammo that I actually pick up in this level, because there are quite a few death abuses, or death warps really. Oh whoops, missed a gem. I intentionally made the estimate for this game pretty high. So sorry about that. Oh, whoops. I'm actually supposed to go down here. Because there's that secret gem right there. Then I guess I'll just kill myself. Reset my health and everything. Ooh, my god, this is getting annoying. Alright, there we go. Those guys are really annoying. Alright, so there's two pathways that I could take to the right, but I'm gonna go to the left and then get zapped by Zoe here for a checkpoint. Then we drop down. Alright, now we'll death warp back to the ferry. This puts us in the perfect position to drop down twice on the platform there. And then we fail the damage abuse right there. You can damage abuse on those mines by turning away at the last second, and you'll just jump to, and then you'll be boosted in the direction that your back is facing. This barrel can always be hard to hit. I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna pick up some health here. I'm getting low. I'm actually gonna pick up some ammunition here. Normally I wouldn't, but I used a lot on the climbing section of this level. And it just makes this part go a lot faster. Alright. And that is that. Now all we have to do is beat Ripto, and then after we beat Ripto, we will collect the remaining 3,200 gems that we paid moneybags. That way, when we talk to the Elder, we will have fulfilled the 100% requirements to unlock the Sparks Panic minigame. I'm actually going to pick up some health here too. Oh, darn. Alright, so if you saw my any percent run, you'll know how much of a joke this boss fight is. Normally, it'll take a while to burn down all the cards of his barrier, but we can just charge at him and jump, and then pause, and this will allow us to clip into the barrier. And that's why I get, and then we can get a bunch of, or all 3 hits on him right off the bat. So yeah, that's why I picked up a lot of health, because I intentionally damaged myself on him so that I don't get kicked outside of the barrier, which would cause me to have to clip back in again. So now time is coming up real soon. Talk to Moneybags there, talk to the Dragon Elder, and time ends now. there you go. That is 100% for Spyro Season of Flame. That's actually a really good time. And then, for some reason, after the credits end, this seems to happen a lot for me, but Spyro, if you can tell, Spyro's profile, or Spyro's picture down there is really messed up. Then we change the sparks, and then back to Spyro, and it's normal again. Yeah, there we go. Coming up next, I believe, is A Hero's Tale 100% by Dusteel.